What's going on YouTube? My name is Sweat. Welcome back to another Apex Legends video. In today's video, we're actually going to be going over some leaked abilities from the new Legends that are going to be released in Season 4 and possibly even Season 5. And that is going to be Revenant and Rosie, or otherwise known as Loba. Now, I do know a bunch of other YouTubers have actually covered these leaked abilities before me, and I just want to say right off the bat that I got all this information from iLoot Games. He is a Apex Legends data miner YouTuber, so if you want to go check him out, his link will be in the description below. Now, the reason I wanted to make this video is actually to get my reaction out there about these abilities, and in case you guys have not seen the abilities leaked before in the past, then we are going to unravel them together. If you guys are new to the channel, I usually make tip videos, gameplay videos, settings videos on Apex Legends, so if you're into any of those three things, make sure to hit that subscribe button and like the video at the end if you did enjoy. Now, how I'm going to structure this video is first talking about Revenant's abilities because he is the first one coming in Season 4, and then we'll move on to Rosie or Loba's abilities right after that. So as for Revenant, we're going to start it off with his passive, and that is called Infiltrator, and it says you crouch, walk faster, and can climb walls higher. Now, a couple things I want to mention in this little passive leak that we have is it says you can crouch and walk faster. The only time I really use crouching is when I'm trying to sneak up right behind an enemy, like say I'm under a rock and the opponent is on a rock and I don't want them to hear me. So I guess this would be effective in flanking enemies. As for walking, I'm not really ever walking. I don't know if anybody in Apex actually walks. Usually when you go into buildings, you're sprinting, and there's actually an auto sprint bind or whatever. You can put a setting to it so it auto sprints at full times. So I'm not sure if this is going to mean he actually runs faster or what that's going to mean, because like I said, I don't usually walk. Let me know in the comments down below if anybody actually walks around the map or if you're just full sprinting the whole time. And third, last but not least, on the passive is climbing walls higher. Is he going to be able to climb walls higher than Wraith or just higher than the other legends? Because as we know right now, I did mention it in my last the comment section of my last video too, is that Wraith climbs walls a little bit higher than each of the other legends. So is Revenant going to be able to climb like the shadows in Shadowfall? Because that would be absolutely wild if something like that happened. Next thing we have here is called Mark of Death, and this says throw a dagger, press the button again to reveal a target's location for up to 60 seconds, and the mark is actually removed if the target heals back up to full. So this could be a complete meta changer, because I know a lot of people that like to full send into fights without completely full health, and if you guys end up doing this and a Revenant throws his dagger near you, you are going to basically become, I would guess you're going to be like glowing a certain color, and it's going to be like a crypto drone is targeting you at all times. So this is going to be definitely something that people are going to have to take into consideration, holding more heals and healing all the way up before they head into fights against Revenants. Next thing for Revenant is going to be Silence, and I'm going to take a wild guess and say this is going to be his tactical ability, and it says throw a device that disables enemies' abilities for 10 seconds, and there has actually been voice lines for every single Apex Legends character saying that their abilities no longer work, which is just extra credibility towards the leak. And this is going to be a huge game changer in end circle situations. Let's say you have a Wraith that can't use his portal or can't use her portal in the end circle. Let's say you have a Pathfinder that can't use his zipline. This is going to be absolutely detrimental, and it's just going to be, once the final circles are closing, if there's a Revenant left, it's going to be an absolute bloodbath, and it's going to be all on the ground fighting. So this is going to be a definite meta changer, and I'm excited to see how this affects those final zones. The next little thing we have is a poison bomb. It says launch a poison bomb, damage and slow your targets that are hit. And this is going to tie in with Revenant's ultimate ability that I'm going to talk about in just a second. But you hear poison bomb, you automatically think of caustic. But I think this is going to be a little bit different in that if you get hit with the poison bomb, it's going to linger even if you're out of the bomb location. So I'm excited to see how much damage that actually does and how long that actually lasts for. The last thing about Revenant is his ultimate ability. It says drop a totem that protects anyone who uses it from death. Instead of getting killed or downed, you will return to the totem with 20 health. According to the leaked voice lines too, it seems like you can only be revived a single time, and that you can't actually use the resurrect in shadow form. So I'm not sure what that last part means. Like it says, it's pretty obvious though, you can only use it a single time and end up with 20 health. So this is going to make players play more aggressively, and like the poison bomb, this is where the totem comes in. I feel like totems are often referred to with like poison darts or something like that. So that's where I tied the two together. It's far-fetched a little bit, but I think it makes sense in my head. I don't know if anybody else gets that reference. Legends of the Hidden Temple, by the way. But anyways, yeah, you will return to the totem with 20 health if you die near the totem. So this is going to definitely make players more aggressive that are near it. And who knows, if the enemy team doesn't have a Revenant, all three of you could actually die and get resurrected. So it's like fighting two separate squads, even though the second squad would have low health. It's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. Now that we know all of Revenant's abilities, it's time to move on to Rosie or Loba's ability. And the first one I want to talk about is her tactical ability. It's going to be called Burglar's Best Friend. It says throw a disc and teleport to that location. I just want you guys to imagine this, right? It's season 52 when Loba's about to get her heirloom, right? You throw your little disc, you teleport behind someone, and you bash them in the face with whatever it is. That's going to be absolutely sick. And as for her ultimate ability goes, it's going to be called Black Market Boutique, and it says place a device that can steal all nearby loot. This could be really useful either in really early game, or I'm wondering if you could even use this by the vaults. That would be absolutely insane if you could just snatch up all the items in the vaults. I'm really curious to see. Or just if you can't go near dead bodies and you need to snatch up some heals or anything. I don't really know how it's gonna work. Maybe you can set it to a certain setting to just grab heals or ammo or whatever you need. That would be absolutely sick. And it would change the meta in that people wouldn't be running to all the boxes. They would just be throwing their Rosie ultimates, or the Black Market Boutique ultimate as it's called, and just to get ammo and stuff, so they wouldn't have to be looting boxes for so long. So overall, what I'm expecting from these new legends is I just want something that changes up the meta a little bit, gives characters playability that Crypto really didn't deliver on. Because nowadays, if you go into a ranked game, or even public lobbies for that matter, I don't see any Cryptos around unless somebody accidentally picks them when they're not there. Crypto's barely used in higher than platinum lobbies I see in ranked. So I just want a legend that people are able to play and that people can main other than the basic ones, because if they come out with another one that's like Crypto, we're all going to be just playing the same legends throughout the whole entire game's existence. So I just want something new. That is going to wrap it up for today's video. I hope you guys did enjoy. Let me know down in the comments, of course, what you thought of these abilities, and I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.